Hey guys, Kenny here. Today we're going to look at 7 ways you can speed up your Windows PC now. The first thing we're going to look at today are the desktop files. They could be anywhere from pictures to videos to documents or even applications. But no matter what they are, your computer has to boot all of them up whenever it turns on. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to move them to somewhere else in your file system that the computer doesn't have to work as hard to do. So what you're going to want to do is open up File Explorer, go to Desktop, that's where all these files are, hit Control-A, which is the keyboard shortcut for Select All. And what you're going to want to do is now take it and drag it to wherever you want it. I'm personally going to put it in my downloads. And see, they all disappeared. You can close File Explorer and you're all set. Now, next time your computer boots up, it'll be so much easier for it to come back on. Another way you can speed up your computer when it starts up is by turning off the startup applications, because you have, by default, all of these applications that you have that start up when your computer starts up, and it takes up all of its thinking power. So like when you have so many apps and you open it up, you try to log in fast, and it just takes forever to log in, it's because those apps are taking forever to load, and they're so big. So we're going to look at an easy way to fix this. It's actually quite simple. First, you're going to click the Start button over in the bottom left corner of your screen, or you can click the Start button on your keyboard. Select the gear of Settings. Then you're going to want to go to Apps. Go to the Startup option, and you can see all of the apps that you have on startup. Most of them should be on when you go here for the first time, and you can see, as this example here, Google Drive Sync. It has high impact, which makes it slower. Some of these are not measured, some medium impact, low impact. Some of these are necessary for your device to work properly, like this Alps pointing device driver, which is my keypad, which I need to leave on. But some of these, like the Google Drive Sync I just talked about, can be turned off. The security notification icon I can turn off. All of these I don't need on startup, which will actually make my computer booting up so much quicker. You can exit out of this, and there we go. This next tip is very similar to the last one we just did, except this time we're going to be completely uninstalling and removing applications that we do not need. You see, you have certain applications that you maybe didn't want to install in the first place, or that you no longer need and no longer use. And these applications, they can take up space on your hard drive, causing it to slow down. And as the saying goes, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. It goes the same for any computer or laptop too, because the speed of any certain piece of the laptop makes the whole laptop either faster or slower. So by slowing the hard drive down, it slows down the whole computer. But thankfully, there is also a simple fix to this. What you're going to want to do is open the Settings, hitting Start and Settings. Let that load. Go to Applications, Apps and Features. You're going to stay here. You can see this long list of all the applications you have installed. And you can find one that you maybe don't really use that much, you don't use, like this one, Microsoft Visual C++. I don't need this. I can now select Uninstall. We'll say Uninstall. I will get this warning. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? I will say yes. Let that go. Go through the uninstall process. It normally doesn't take that long. Oh, there we go, done. And that's gone. So that is all that you need to do to uninstall useless apps that you are done using. Next, we're going to defragment the hard drive. You see, over time, your hard drive fragments into pieces digitally. So what this does is it defragments and puts it back together to make it more smooth. It's actually quite simple to do. All you have to do is open File Explorer, select this PC, and under Devices and Drives, you're going to select the local disk C. and it's going to have the Windows logo next to the drive, which means that's where the operating system is. Going to right click it, select Properties, go to Tools up here, and select Optimize down here. Next, you're going to see a list of drives. You're going to want to go to C, which is your main drive. And mine is a solid state drive, which doesn't need to be defragmented because solid state drives aren't the same as hard disk drives because they're more digital versus hard disk drives are actually spinning disks. So if you have a hard disk drive like this one, you can select Analyze and it will analyze and defragment it. If not, if you have a solid state like me, you don't need to, and you can close this, close it, close everything, and we're all set. Now we're going to do one of the bigger things to speed up our computers. Remember when I was talking about the weak link of our computers, the hard drive? What we're going to do now is we're going to remove and move some of the files that you have on your hard drive to clean up more space for more speed. What we're going to do is we're going to open File Explorer. We're going to find some files that we want to move. I'm going to go to my desktop and I have these files under my name. If you right click, select Properties, you can see how much space. This is 123 megabytes, which is roughly 1/8 of a gigabyte, which is a unit of data measurement. Most hard drives now are between 250 and 500 gigabytes. So I'm going to take this file, I'm going to drag and drop it to my external hard drive here. Now it's going to come up, this is going to run. It's going to move all the files, and I move that. I can now delete this because it's on my external drive, and that just freed up 123 megabytes of space. That'll help speed up my computer. And that's it. Just like us, computers can get viruses too. But when they do, thankfully there's an easy way to get rid of them. First, we're going to open up Super Anti-Spyware. I will be putting the download link in the description. Going to select Scan this computer and Complete Scan. It will now run through this whole scan and scan your entire file system for viruses and spyware. There we go. All set. This just finished, and there are all these things that got found. So what we're going to do now is we're going to select Continue, and it removes all of the spyware and the viruses that are on your computer. What you're normally going to do is select Reboot now, but I have to reboot this later. All right, there we go. It is all set. All the viruses and the spyware has been removed. Just like a virus, there is something called malware, which also is unwanted on your computer. But just like viruses too, removing it is quite simple. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Malwarebytes. I will also put the download link in the description. Let that load. And I am going to do a scan. This scan is much quicker than the anti-spyware and the anti-virus scan, but it does just as much. There we go. Close the scan report and we are done. It's that simple to remove malware. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. See you next time.